the average size of an American home or household, because it doesn't have to be a single family home, has gone up, 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 and up for the last 3 generations. At the same time, the number of people living in each household has gone down, down, down. So, I mean, let's face facts here, particularly for homeowners. How many homeowners live, typically, if they don't have kids, how many live in like 3 rooms of their home, and the other rooms just sit there unused? It's very common. And when our family was at its largest with people in the household, we bought a home that was owned by empty nesters who owned a home with all those bedrooms because they kept hoping that their kids would come home and visit. And when we bought the home, it was because they finally realized, well, the kids really aren't coming to visit. And they moved to a 2-bedroom from a 5-bedroom. And the 5-bedroom was perfect for us at that time. Well, so Americans are like, this is a lot to pay for. Got more utilities, and utilities in the United States have been going up and up and up. In fact, a survey recently said that 20% of Americans want to move to a smaller place just because they don't want to have to pay all the utilities. And that's just part of it. You may have higher property taxes. You may have more maintenance to take care of, more repairs. You get big enough, instead of 1 air conditioning and heating system, you might have to have 2 or 3 or whatever. So this back to the basics idea, it's why there's all these shows. When I see all this stuff when I go to a doctor's office and you're in that waiting room forever and they have a TV in there, and they're always showing these home channels. And there was an ad when I was at a doctor recently that was all the different micro home, tiny home shows that air on that channel. There's one after another, and there's this tiny home show and that tiny home show and this other tiny home show. And tiny homes will never be more than a small segment of the market, but it speaks to people looking for lower cost and more simplicity. So here's my rule. If your family, your kids have moved somewhere else in the country, and when they come to visit, pay for a hotel room for them instead of having those rooms in your home that are empty all year long because you're paying for all that square footage. So that's just my advice. And Krista, I've always said that hotels are a great place for family when they visit. Mm-hmm. How many times have you heard me say that
so many
over
times.
the years?
So many times.